Hey guys, happy Friday to you all. Hope you're having a great day today and welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comic book related media. Last time we left off on the review of Civil War II Issue 0, Ulysses was left confused after seeing and feeling his vision. Today's review is going to be about Civil War II Issue number 1. Let's get started. So this issue opens up with Ulysses running and stumbling through the woods after witnessing his tragic vision, and as he pauses for a moment, his name is called and we are met with the Inhumans offering to help Ulysses. Weeks later in Manhattan, we have the New Avengers fighting a celestial being from another dimension. We have Iron Man, Miles Morales' Spider-Man, Sam Wilson's Captain America, Miss Marvel, and Nova. They pretty much seem to be getting their asses handed to them. That is until Jane Foster's Thor shows up with a horde of superheroes, presumably led by Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, including the Inhumans. So basically, Doctor Strange and all the other sorcerers banish the celestial being and return it to its own dimension. Here's where it gets really interesting. So Tony Stark decides to have a celebratory party at his Stark Tower the next evening when Captain Marvel brings up the question to Medusa of the Inhumans, how did you know that this was all going to go down? Medusa reveals that she's been using Ulysses as a way to prevent crimes and disasters from happening. Intrigued by Ulysses' powers, Tony Stark and Carol Danvers wanted to see how it works. Ulysses is unclear as how his powers work. He just describes it as just seeing them. Here's the part where it gets better. Straight off the record, Carol Danvers asks if Ulysses is looking for a job because she really wants to use his powers as a way to prevent disasters from happening. Tony Stark doesn't seem to reciprocate too well to that idea. Now this becomes sort of like a morality debate between Tony, Carol, and the Inhumans. Tony Stark proves a good point about how Ulysses' abilities can predict a possible future. In other words, Ulysses sees terror and chaos in his future. He warns everyone about it. That terror never comes to light because it will stop from ever happening. Therefore, that total chaos never came to fruition. So case in point, Tony Stark's argument to Carol Danvers is, what if Ulysses told us you are a danger to our future? Do we stop you even though you didn't know you were going to do it? To which Carol replies, that depends. Remember how just a minute ago Carol was all for stopping disastrous events from happening? Suddenly she becomes the focus of a catastrophic scenario and totally contradicts what she was trying to argue about, which was to use Ulysses to stop future threats. I'm going to go ahead and side with Tony Stark here because he proves valid points. The future isn't something to be tampered with. Rather, it should run its course because the future isn't set in stone. Who knows what dire consequences may arise if the future is altered. So later on we find out Colonel James Rhodes has been killed and She-Hulk has been severely injured. Fueled and enraged from the loss of his best friend, Tony Stark rushes to the headquarters of the Ultimates to find Carol and confront her and tell her that something like this would happen. He basically said to Carol that you killed my best friend. You killed him as good as if you did it with your own hands. Even if they're all that, Carol would do it again, and that's where Tony draws the line because he sees this as basically playing God, and the friction between these two increases. I'm going to go ahead and give this issue 5 stars. It's a really brilliantly written well comic. The art is beautiful, the cover art is fantastic, and the relationship between these characters and their conflicting ideals is really interesting. So what do you guys think? Is preventing future disasters the right thing to do, or should we let time run its course and leave things the way they are? Thank you so much guys. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next comic panel.